Hello. I started this video before the previous upload. This video was going to be something completely different, and I spent about a month on that before I came to the conclusion that it wasn't very good. And so I gave up. But then the Elden Ring DLC came out. Hi. Hello. I'm homeless maxing today. I looked for like 20 minutes and I couldn't find my razor anywhere, so this is what I look like today, I guess. Ooh, this expansion is incredible. I am a big fan of the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. Do people still use the word expansion pack? I don't think people have used the term expansion pack since The Sims 2. Bring back expansion pack. We don't call them DLCs in this house, we call them expansion packs. I have never experienced a game where everything that I look at looks exactly like concept art. Like, you can see where the vision was with the DLC, with Shadow of the Erdtree. I am not good enough at expressing my opinions on something to write an actual review of it, so I'm not going to. I'll leave that to the professionals. Personally, I think we've gotten to a point now where video games are looking a lot like the concept art, and I think that's a good thing. Maybe some people would disagree, given that graphics aren't always better, but better graphics does equal to like better hardware. There's a moth in my room, for goodness sake. This boss here is my favourite. Thank you for asking. What's his name? Couldn't tell you. Can't remember. Never learnt it. All I know is that it has the greatest boss theme I have ever heard in any game ever. The bit in the middle where the woman like comes in and is just like, ah. Oh, it's just mwah, it's just chef's kiss, mwah. And then the bit, like, towards the end, where the whole orchestra is just fucking going to town on their instruments. And it's just in total fucking pandemonium. There's just like so much shit going on. The boss is like flying around, like throwing lightning out, like ka-chow! Just BAM! You fucked up! And it's just like really difficult, but the band is just like going at it, and it's just like you can't comprehend just how cool it is. The boss is like zipping around the arena. It's like changing phases all the time, and like now the orchestra's on fire. The violinist has exploded. The triangle player is melting. I don't know what instrument that is, but he's not looking too good, if I do say so myself. Just help me. I needed like 2 days. Well, admittedly it was like 5 hours, but it was over 2 days. It took me 2 days to beat this, and I was practically leaping through the door to try and get an attempt at fighting this, because I just wanted to listen to the music at this point. This was like the first time. Well, also it kind of helps that the boss, the respawn point was right there. You just like go straight in. You don't have to worry about anything. It's not tedious, you know what I mean? But like, I was just excited to listen to the music when I got into this part. I was just enjoying myself. I was having the time of my life. I'm not going to mention the time where I got really pissy and went and did something else because it was too hard. It was on one of these unmentionable trips, actually, where I found the living embodiment of one of those like really sick ass cool like wolf, fire and ice wolf profile pictures or desktop backgrounds. The twin moon knight Relana? Twin moon knight Lana? Anyway, Ren and Stimpy here. She is one
feisty girl, you know what I'm saying, lad?
I was doing this pre-nerf. Shut up. I beat her pre-nerf. I'm good at the game. Shut up. I didn't take it. I'm not still playing through the DLC. I'm good. I am capable of playing Elden Ring. Okay, shut up. Anyway, it's not important. While I was being sliced and diced by this beautiful vixen, one of the jokesters in my chat, which actually may have been the only person in my chat at the time, I'm not quite too sure, said the age-old joke, in-joke, meme, some might call it, try parrying. For those of you who don't know, which I suppose is actually all of you, try parrying came from, I think, the Dark Souls 3 playthrough, at least the main game playthrough, where I refused to learn to parry. I tried it a couple times and never did. And so every time I would struggle at anything, someone would go, "Have you tried parrying?" To which I would go, "No, fuck off." No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I would. Of course I'd tell my viewers to fuck off. They deserve it. You know, fucking tell me to parry. What I would actually say is, ha ha ha, thank you, Mr. Viewer, you're very funny and kind, and thank you for the engagement. That's the backstory to that joke, so thank you for listening to my TED Talk. I think that's where it comes from. I don't know. I've got the memory of a turnip. Nowadays, if someone says, have you tried parrying? I say, what, like what? No. What do you expect me to do? I'm playing Rugrats for the GameCube. What do you think I'm supposed to do? What do you mean, try parrying?
Good one.
But this time, I tried it. I equipped the only shield that I had, and I went and threw myself at this villainess, and it did not work. It didn't help at all. I got my shit ate. She was gobbling it down. The finest of feces.
Doo-doo, feces.
Disgusting!
That being said, in between the excrement eating, there was a couple parries that I managed to get down completely by luck. Absolutely by luck. Not a single frame of skill involved. But that little bit of luck did ignite something in me. A few days later, off stream, I made a new character. This character right here. Don't ask what he look. Don't judge him by his looks. He's a beautiful man, okay? It's what's on the inside that counts. It's just unfortunate that on the inside, he's a serial arsonist. My house was practically on fire. That spark that I had in me just went completely out of control. I fucking love parrying. You've got no idea how much I love parrying. It's so fun. I want to be able to parry everything. Just in general. Little guys with small swords. Ka-choom! Big guys with big swords. Ka-choom! Have I got a knife around here? Nola's giving me some birthday money? Ka-choom! Fuck off, Gran. Can't you see I'm parrying? I'm parrying things left and right, you know. You can't stop me. Well, unless you're a boss that doesn't allow me to parry. In which case, I'm going to cry like a little baby. It is incredibly satisfying to pull off that perfect thwack right at the last minute when an enemy is attacking you. That bassy dong is like, I don't actually know what the sound is. I can't imagine it in my head. My head is mostly empty. That sound is like the delicious zest of smack injected right into your bicep. Just fucking put it right in there. Look at these tiny little arms. They need all sorts pumping in there. Doesn't matter what's going in there. It's going to make them bigger. It's like the feeling of being raptured. Standing in front of an enemy, knowing damn well that you're not going to move. You're unflinching. You're not going to dodge out the way. Fuck! The audacious superiority high that you get when walking up to a guard or an enemy, knowing damn well that you could attack him at any moment, but you're not. You're waiting for him to attack. You're toying with him. You're getting in his head. You want to put this little bastard in his place, don't you? Shit! Your Honor, my client did not kill that man. Objection, Your Honor. Yes, he did. Overruled. It's time to take back control from the oppressive dodge rollers. We stand our ground here, unless it's a dog, in which we flail around like a fish in the jaws of a seagull. Like, what's their deal? What's the deal with From Software dogs? Why are dogs the most annoying enemy? Like, what? Stop dodging. Leave me alone. Let me hit you. It's not hard. And if parrying one guy isn't bodacious enough for you, my dude, you can parry two. You're no longer predicting just one guy. You're predicting two, my dude. You understand that? It is gnarly, dude. Dude. With the bonus of being able to parry the first guy and then whisper in the ears of the other guy like, hush, my dear, I'll kill you in a bit. I've changed, I got too sweaty, so I've changed t-shirt. It's getting very warm in my room. It is a sauna. But this is when things go right, because I suck to high Hrothgar and back. So, not everything is parryable. This dragon is not. This bear is not, I don't think, and whatever else I decide to put here is also not. If it has a sword and is around the size of a human to Bigfoot, it is probably parryable. The general rule is if big equals true, then parry equals no. I didn't take computer science, so I don't know if that joke works, but it can feel a bit arbitrary at times. I know it's not a game where parrying is the default retort to an attack. It's not like Sekiro where you can parry literally everything bar a couple things. So when there's something that you either can't or shouldn't, it has to like flash something up on the screen to be like,
Fucking hold on.
press another button please, it's not going to work the way you think it's going to work. If Elden Ring was to do that, it would fundamentally change the way that you approach fights, because it would be like, yo, you can't parry this, but 90% of the playbase probably aren't parrying to begin with, and so people would start going, should I be parrying? Which, you can, but you probably shouldn't be parrying everything. I don't think many people who like Elden Ring would like Elden Ring if you could only parry. Unless it was like Sekiro parrying, everyone would like that. Add Sekiro parrying to everything. I want SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom to have parrying in it. I've never played SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. It could have parrying in for all I know. For an example of how random it feels, Margit at the very beginning, I think it's Margit, I can't remember. It's quite possibly the first boss that you will fight. I'd say he's pretty big. Like, on a scale of 1 to big, I'd put him around big. Bigger than a Sasquatch, but smaller than the Green Giant. So pretty big, but not too big. Does he have a sword? No, not yet. But he does have a stick, and he's vaguely human shape. So the verdict is, can we parry him? Yes, kind of. There are some exceptions. You can't parry any of the magic sword attacks. I understand the hammer, but the sword, you can't parry that. How did I know that? I didn't. While writing this, I was looking at the Fextra Life wiki, and they said you couldn't. So, I'm just going to take their word for it, I'm not going to try it. You can't parry that. What makes those attacks so special? I couldn't tell you, even if I wanted to, because I don't. Why do people say, if I wanted to? That's not the... It's like people who say, I could care less. It's like, yeah, thank you. Thank you for caring somewhat. And then you've got Godric, yeah. Then bloody Godric, more like God knows what you can parry, Rick. I'll teach him. He's a similar size to old Margaret, but significantly less human looking. However, I will concede that he is wielding a conceivably human sword. Can you parry him? No, absolutely not. Why would you think you can? Most attacks make sense, like the one where he looks like a toddler rolling around in McDonald's. But some are just that he hits you with his axe. Like, what about that doesn't look parryable? Admittedly, you do develop a bit of a sixth sense for it. Six? Touch, smell, taste. Parrying. Hearing? Touch, smell, taste, hearing, what's the last one? But then there are like the edge cases, like with the axe, where you're not completely certain if you're just bad at the game or if it's not possible to parry it. I'm still not 100% certain that it's not possible to parry this attack, because I had a viewer tell me that it's possible to parry Godric. I don't want to say my viewer's lying, because he might not be, but at the same time I don't know if I trust the Fextra Life wiki. At the same time I do trust the Fextra Life wiki. I don't like the Fextra Life wiki because it's just spaffed in ads, and like, I don't know if they still have the thing where they have their Twitch streams on it. I hate that as well. I don't know if it's possible to parry this attack is what I'm trying to say. Regardless of difficulty, parrying brings the joy back into the fights, because the dodging's boring, isn't it, really? It breaks the flow of a fight, and it's about as satisfying as standing on a wet leaf. You know what I mean? It's just sad, isn't it? It's just disappointing. Dodging is low risk, low reward. There's no like little guy in the corner of your screen going, "Woo, yay! Look at you! You did it! Woohoo! Whee! Woohoo! Yay! There's no crash of lightning, or sparks flying, or audio sting, or flashing lights, because apparently I'm a moth. It's just sad. Dodging is just sad. Parrying along with dodging, on the other hand, that's fine. You can dodge as long as you're parrying when you can, because sometimes it just makes sense to dodge occasionally. Parrying turns you into the boss. Hello and welcome to BGBYOB, Bread's Guide to Being Your Own Boss. Are you fed up with being at the bottom of the ladder? Do you want to make mad bank? Do you like pushing people around? Well, I bet you do, since you just paid £1,500 for this exclusive lesson. And here's all you'll need to know. PYOB. Parry your own boss. Thank you for coming to talk to me. I'll make this quick. We have received several complaints from the female staff about your misconduct. Nuh-uh. When parrying goes well, you take control of the fight. You put the boss on the back foot. It's your fight now. The boss music doesn't start until you enter the arena after all. I will and have admitted that I am not very consistent at parrying, or playing Elden Ring. Well, any game for that matter. But it's for this reason that it feels like even more satisfying to pull off a parry. If 90% of the time it's just not going to work, that 10% is going to feel great. Like, not only do you get the feeling of a parry connecting like that fucking thump, you also get like the high of gambling. It's like the perfect concoction of happy chemical. I can't remember what it's called. My joy and pleasure receptors have just been completely fried by years and years of watching like YouTube videos just on repeat forever. Parrying is not helping that. It is not good for you. I love it, but parrying is definitely bad for me. Circling back around then to when I mentioned at the start, where I mentioned that my penchant for parrying came from this moment on my stream. That wasn't a thinly veiled ad for my stream. This, however, is. Follow me on Twitch. How loud can I scream at a monkey before the RSPCA get involved? There has to be a legal limit of how loud you can scream at a monkey. I'm gonna start shrimp maxing. Why is it called a sperm whale? If I told you that, I'd have to kill you. The sperm whales are called sperm whales because that's where all the sperm is kept. If you're ever in the market for some sperm, that's where it comes from. You think it comes from a sperm bank, but like, where do they get it from? They'll never tell. It's because it's sperm whales. You go there with a fistful of sperm and say, I'd like to make a donation. They say, no, that's not how this works. Well, how does it work? What do you mean, why would you be in the market for some sperm? Why wouldn't you be? Sometimes you just need some sperm. I lied. It wasn't thinly veiled at all. Follow me on Twitch. I stream occasionally. Like a couple times a week at best. Okay, sometimes. A couple streams after fighting Rilana, I find myself fighting the Lord of the Frenzied Flame. And at this point, I have taken the parry pill. I am parry pilled. I have been repeatedly throwing myself at this boss for a couple hours now. When it happens, on an attempt like any other, everything just falls into place. As I like to put it, I unlocked my Sharingan. I could see through everything that the boss was throwing at me and react accordingly. The game was like an extension of myself. Just call me Bread Uchiha. Don't look into the implications of me being Itachi. I just like Itachi. He's cool, okay? Shut up. The world slowed down around me as I would parry the shit out of this bastard. I was in a place of zen, and I think parrying really did help, because it gives you a feeling of mastery over the fight, instead of just having to flail around and flop on the floor every time that something goes wrong, and anytime the boss attacks you, you're instead, like, reacting to the boss in a cool way. It's cool. I think that's all that matters. I think this whole video boils down to parrying is cool. There's no conclusion to this video. I'm gonna be honest. I'll spoil it right now. This video has no conclusion. I think I have just developed it right now. Parrying is cool, and you can't take that away from me. This attempt wasn't perfect. Far from it. On the Endless Bread geological comparative scale, where 1 is a lump of sandstone and 10 is a brilliant diamond. I would struggle to even put this above 5. This boss here was the most that I had felt engaged in a Souls-like boss since Sekiro. I actually felt like I was going toe-to-toe with the boss and not just performing an interpretive ballet or the mating dance or an exotic bird as I slowly chipped away at the boss's health. It didn't even feel more difficult. Once you get the parry down, it begins to feel natural. You don't really have to think about it. You see his arm move and you react accordingly. I'm not a wordsmith. I cannot wax lyrical about how good the parrying is. I just hope that I got a little bit of my excitement of parrying across, even if only slightly. Oh, parrying's so fun! Sorry about the abrupt ending. Turns out, writing a conclusion to a script is actually pretty important. Regardless, parrying isn't something that is just limited to Elden Ring. It's just one of many games, really, to include parrying or something similar that is named differently. As I was making this video, I remembered that there are quite a few games out there that have parrying on them, so the title of this video is a little bit misleading because it's only about Elden Ring. I don't really mention that it's a specifically Elden Ring video, but I included clips of a few of them, games like Ghost of Tsushima and Lies of P and Sekiro, but there's other games like Another Crab's Treasure or Ultra Kill. The other day, I came to the conclusion that Team Fortress 2 has a type of parrying in it. You can air blast with the pyro to, like, blow projectiles away, which is, you know, I'd classify that as parrying. You can actually do the something similar in Postal 2. I was playing Postal 2 the other day, and I came to the conclusion that you can kick in that game, and if you kick a rocket that's coming towards you, you kick it away and it flies towards the enemy instead. So Postal 2 has parrying in it. So yeah, there's a lot of games out there that have parrying in it. Obviously, there'll be many that I don't know. I don't know all games. Oh, there's also Zelda Breath of the Wild, and probably the other one has it. It wasn't until around the end of editing this that I kind of realized this. I kind of forgot that other games existed. I was kind of only really playing Elden Ring at the time, and so I couldn't really include them in the video. I could only include them in limited ways, like in the background. Maybe I'll make a Taking the Parry Pill Part 2 or something in the future. I don't know. Only time will tell. And on that, I will say thank you for watching. Like the video if you even remotely liked it. I don't care if you only liked a single second of the entire video. That's enough for me. Like the video. I hope the little icon lit up when I said like the video. I think it does it if I say subscribe as well. So subscribe. Like the video and subscribe. And take care. Thank you for watching. Take care and bye bye.